Hello and welcome to this video in the to Lead series of videos. I'm Jan Bo Nielsen from Quiver Management. All of us make thousands of decisions every day. And that's throughout the day, so it's in our working lives, it's privately. And if you're a senior executive, the decisions you make may have really big implications for a lot of individuals and the business that you are running. As executive coaches, we often work with senior executives who, in a one-to-one, where we help them think through some of the difficult decisions they need to make. Or we may facilitate discussions as team coaches when we work with senior teams that's debating and working on their visions and strategies and responses to certain situations. And here's a typical scenario. In a meeting, one of the team members presents a proposal or issue that they need a decision on. And then there'll be a lot of debate and discussion and input from various angles. And this can end up being quite a long meeting. And suddenly the chair of the meeting looks at the clock and alarm and realizes actually we only got 5 or 10 minutes left of this hour long discussion. We need to make a decision. Is that actually wise? Is it wise to make a decision at that point after an hour of discussion? No, it isn't. A study conducted by the National Academy of Sciences in the USA and referred to by Mona and Ari Riesbacke in their book Freestyle Decision Making discussed the review of more than 1,100 requests for pardons and sentence reductions in the US law courts. In particular, the study focused on the decisions made by the judges. And the study found that the probability of being granted a pardon or reduced sentence was approximately 65% when the proceedings began in the morning. This probability would drop to almost nil before the first coffee break. Immediately following the break, the probability would again start at 65%, only to drop to nil before lunchtime. And that pattern repeated for a third session after lunch. So, what can we learn from this? Well, when a person is tired, they're more likely to say no and to go for the safe, simplest option. When fresh, a person will have more capacity to take a balanced, objective view and bring more perspectives into the decision. Our cognitive resources are finite and easily depleted, and decision fatigue will influence the quality of our decisions. And research consistently shows that when our brain is tired, we become more reliant on simplistic and less effective thought processes. So, what can we do? Well, a good mnemonic to remember is to halt. So, don't make decisions if you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Halt. And in scenarios such as the long meetings above, consider whether to have a break before making the decision, particularly if you want the decision group that you have in front of you to make an objective, balanced view on a risky decision ahead. Another good tip is to make key strategic decisions early in the morning or after returning from a break. And then recognize decision fatigue. If you have many decisions to make and choices to make, break them all up into smaller sets so your capacity is still there. You have the capability to make good, well balanced decisions and rational decisions. So, for example, if you are sifting through a long list of candidates for a new job in your team, um, try to organize yourself so you then don't end up dismissing the last ones of the pile in favor of the earlier ones because there you are more willing to take risks. So make decisions early in the day and maybe less critical choices later. And for coaches in particular, consider whether asking them to make a decision at the end of a coaching session is a good idea. The coachee may actually be tired at that point and the decision making may be impaired. And of course, sleep on it. That old adage is as relevant as ever. Of course, what that basically refers to is that you wake up refreshed and probably with a more balanced view and more thinking might even have done by the brain during the night. So what's your experience with decision fatigue? How do you deal with it? I hope you found that interesting. And if you like the video, remember to click like and subscribe. See you again soon.